Welcome to the Income and Expenses GUS application page presented by USDA's Single Family Housing Guaranteed Loan Program. The training objectives will review each section of the GUS Income and Expenses application page, which includes monthly repayment income, other income, and combined monthly housing expenses. The first section of this application page is a monthly repayment income. The income amounts entered on this page will be utilized to calculate the repayment ratios. Please review the red message, Stable and Dependable Income of Parties to the Note. Hint, income amounts that are entered on this application page must be considered stable, dependable, and likely to continue. 7 CFR 3555.152A and Handbook Chapter 9 address repayment income. The eligibility application page determines program eligibility. The income and expenses page will capture repayment income of those household members that will be a party to the note. Each borrower will be listed with their own column for completion. Enter eligible repayment income in the following data fields as applicable: base employment income, overtime, bonuses, commissions. Here's a hint: overtime, bonus, and commission income that has been earned for less than 2 years may potentially indicate a risk. Dividends and interest or other. Data entries in the other income section of this page will be displayed in this data field. Subtotal. GUS will calculate the data entered in all columns to arrive at a total for each borrower and the total for the household. Net rental. If the borrower has received net rental income for 24 months or more, then it will be eligible for repayment income purposes. Net rental income is calculated from data entered on the Assets and Liabilities page in the REO Property Information section. Please see these training modules for additional information. And finally, total. All income sources will be totaled for each borrower and the household. The Other Income section will allow users to enter income types that were not addressed in the above monthly repayment income. Complete the following as applicable. Borrower. Select the borrower that receives the income from the drop-down box. Description. Select the appropriate description for this income source from the drop-down box displayed. Monthly amount. Enter the monthly amount of the other income received. And in Describe Other Income, enter any notes in this data field to include pertinent information that is important for the underwriter and USDA. For example, on this slide, Social Security income was entered. The monthly amount entered was not the actual amount, but rather the grossed up amount allowed under current USDA guidelines. Therefore, the note entered alerts anyone reviewing this file that the original amount received is $350, but the amount entered has been grossed up by 25%. It only takes a few moments to document a loan file and avoid potential questions. When other income has been entered, again, it will appear in the Other data field with the monthly repayment income. The next section of the application page is Combined Monthly Housing Expense. Each borrower is listed with their own columns for current and proposed housing expenses associated with the loan. Enter the following as applicable. Rent. If any borrower is currently paying rent, please enter the amount. If the borrowers are both living in the same unit, the full rent may be entered in the primary borrower's column. If a verification of rent is required, it will be stated on the GUS Underwriting Findings Report. The payment of rent or other shelter costs may be an excellent compensating factor or alternate line of credit if applicable. First mortgage, principal, and interest. Enter the principal and interest payment of a current first mortgage. GUS will calculate the P&I of the proposed mortgage based on the total loan amount entered on the loan terms application page. Other financing P&I. Enter the principal and interest of any secondary financing, home equity lines of credit, etc. Hazard insurance. Enter the amount of the property and flood insurance as required. Hint, insure estimates are reasonable. Do not attempt to enter lower amounts in an effort to manipulate the GUS final underwriting recommendation. Real estate taxes. Enter the monthly amount of property taxes due. If the property is new construction, ensure an accurate estimate is entered for the projected taxes upon dwelling completion. If the taxes appear low for the area, research the exemptions and the property may currently reflect due to a senior citizen freeze, etc. Then enter an accurate amount for the current applicant. So hint, do not attempt to enter lower amounts in an effort to manipulate the GUS underwriting recommendation. Annual fee for the first year monthly. GUS will calculate the annual fee due for the total loan amount, and the first year will reflect the monthly portion of this fee under the proposed column. Homeowners Association dues. Enter any applicable HOA dues. And other. If there are additional costs associated with the current or proposed dwelling not already stated, include that monthly amount in this section. And finally, total. GUS will tally up the total costs for the current housing as well as the proposed dwelling. Please sign up for GovDelivery messages. USDA sends out origination, including GUS and servicing messages to alert lenders of new publications, clarifications, and additional program updates. Thank you for supporting the USDA Single Family Housing Guaranteed Loan Program. We appreciate the opportunity to help you serve more rural home buyers. This will conclude the training module. Thank you and have a great day.